Well, I think essentially everything changed in 2020. We basically had to throw almost all of our plans out of the window. And I think the key thing was just being able to adapt at every key juncture and just being able to be open and willing to take on all the changes as they came along.
I think traditionally, pre-pandemic, we do all our workshops face-to-face, so we've never done online workshops before. But during the pandemic, we have been forced to actually do online workshops, and that really changed everything, even the way we structure our training programs, the way we looked at teacher training. It really changed everything.
Another big change for us, I think, is that our annual Leaps of Knowledge conference, which is the biggest highlight for us every single year, is now going to have to be digital because we can't meet physically, and that's a real challenge and change because we really look forward to meeting people, and it's just such an energizing time. So the big change is rethinking how to go digital and use this opportunity to reach as many people as possible.
I think that one thing that has really mattered a lot is relationships, and I think that being able to stay connected to family and to friends and reconnect with people who I might not have connected with in a while has been something that's been really special. And just knowing, when we were in lockdown and we were sort of isolated in homes, that I could still connect with people and still have people in my life that care for me and that I could also be of support to.
Giving birth in the pandemic. So I gave birth right smack in the middle of the lockdown, the first phase of the lockdown. Personally, that was really challenging. My husband and I didn't have any help, so we did everything by ourselves. So that was really, still will remain one of the greatest challenge, I think. Never doing it again.
I am grateful that I have the most amazing husband who managed to make the sourdough bread work. It really isn't easy to get your starter working, and we had to try so many times, and we managed to make it work in the end. It was difficult.
Definitely for the new baby. He's healthy, he's thriving, he's 7 months now, and just I think being able to be with the family at home despite all the circumstances and challenges that's going on.
We're beginning to ask more questions about what the purpose of education really is, and I think we're beginning to see a shift away from just a singular focus on academic examinations to also a focus on student well-being, teacher well-being, and what it really means to educate the whole person instead of just looking at academics. I think another thing is also just the innovation and creativity that has come out of this time. I think we've been really forced to learn new things, think outside of the box, and just try new things. And so if we continue that spirit of innovation, I think that we're going to end up in a really great place.
I think we have to accept the fact that post-pandemic there are going to be dropouts, there are going to be students who are left behind. But how do we deal with this? I think I'm hoping that 2021 will be just a year of reset and recovery and repair.
And I think we want to go into 2021 not just feeling like we're coping with the circumstances, but to be able to thrive in the year. Who knows what's going to happen? The pandemic is still with us. Who knows how long schools will be open for before they'll be shut again for a period of time. But we don't want to be a victim to our circumstances, and we want to keep kids learning and engaged throughout this time.
So I think engaging in a forum like LEAPS is really important to be able to just reimagine and take time out to understand or just envision what a different education experience could look like.
Leaps of Knowledge is a space to come for your dose of inspiration, to recognize that you're not in this alone, to refocus on what matters most, and to remind yourself why you do what you do.
While everyone talks about this being the new normal, we also have to accept that the new normal is going to be using a lot of technology to learn. And the other thing is that a lot of our students are going to be experiencing learning loss. So attending a conference like Leaps of Knowledge will help our school leaders, will help our teachers gain new insights on the best ways to use technology, not only to deal with learning loss, but to also gain all these insights for themselves to better themselves as an educator.
It's a place to spark new ideas, to connect with a community of people who are in this together. And I think if we're going to rebuild back better, we're going to need each other. So come to Leaps of Knowledge to be inspired and to be empowered.